What's going on, everybody? My name is Abby, and I wanted to make a Dear Graduate series just to be able to, one, congratulate all of the new graduates, but also get them prepared for their next stage. This episode is for my high school graduating seniors. All right, congratulations, you made it. You made it past your senior year, you graduated from high school, you got your diploma. High five. So now here are some questions that I have for you, some questions and some tips that I have just to make sure that you're kind of aware of what you're getting yourself into. The first question that I have for you all is, are you even going to college? And that is a valid question nowadays because there are so many different options for young people to do things instead of going straight to college. So are you going to college? Why or why not? If you're not going to college, what are you doing? Are you going into the military? Are you starting your own business? Are you just going to continue on with a business that you might have already been working with? Are you going to do an AmeriCorps program where you volunteer for a year or two? What are the next steps that you have because you're not going to take the traditional route? Question number 2, if you are going to college, are you positive that you're actually interested in the things that you want to do? In the former episode, I mentioned that if you are unsure what you enjoy and what you like, you end up technically going for a degree that just earns you money. So if you have no joy in the major that you have now, you need to kind of reevaluate that. Take this time in your summer months to maybe do an internship or just shadow a few people in the field that you've chosen to ensure that you actually want to do what you have. There's nothing worse than going 4 years throughout college or even more and getting into a field and finding out that you actually don't like it. So don't just go for the money, don't just go for what everybody tells you. Make sure that you actually have an interest in what you are getting your major for, and also because you typically do your core classes first before you get into the actual major side of things. Make sure that you like it. You have a little bit of wiggle room, but before you graduate, make sure you actually like what you signed yourself up for. This is not really a question, but it's kind of like a tip. It's okay not to know. And the reason why I say it's okay not to know is because a lot of times you just don't know. I didn't know. The career that I'm in, I didn't go to school for, well, initially. So I kind of navigated through my way. But in saying that it's okay not to know, it is okay to explore different fields, different topics. Like I said, intern, network, please speak to people. There's too much technology and access to different people, entrepreneurs, professionals out there for you not to be able to ask some critical questions to ensure that you want to continue to pursue what you have decided to go for. Question number 3, have you learned to manage your time? I told my 8th graders to learn that now. I don't even know if you have that. Have you learned to manage your time? And also with that time, are you ready to handle this new freedom that you're about to have? So you're not at home anymore. You don't have your parents saying be home at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. You don't have your teachers down your back saying, where's my assignment? This is new freedom that a lot of people have not been exposed to. So you need to prepare your mind and your time, your schedule for this freedom. You can't just wake up and say, I'm not going to class today because I don't have to. Or you can't say, oh, my alarm clock didn't wake you up. Nobody cares about your excuses anymore. You're in college. So decide how you're going to manage your time and what you're going to do with this newfound freedom. You have to be responsible for it. There's a lot of freshmen that go in and lose their whole minds, and then you don't see them anymore. There's a number of people that I started with that I did not end with because they lost sight of it. Now, I was not a perfect student. Let's get that correct. I actually almost flunked out my freshman year because I didn't know how to manage my time. Freedom wasn't necessarily the problem. It was just that I was a lazy student. So please learn how to manage your time and your freedom. Now, mind you, you might be alone. You might, be able to make all your decisions, but understand this, you're not grown. Let me say it again. You're not grown. You are not grown. You're growing, but you're not grown. Don't wish that upon yourself. There's not a whole lot out here that being like the grownness will do for you outside of stress. Like, just don't rush the process. Enjoy this phase of your life. Don't be, I'm grown, I can do whatever I want. I'm a man, I can do whatever I want. Nah, bump all that. Be a child, be a young adult. I won't say be a child, be a young adult. Be responsible, but don't claim grownness yet. Just don't do it to yourself. Please stop. If you are not in the position to where your family can afford to pay for your college or your university experience, please find more scholarships. Find more scholarships. Apply for more scholarships. Find more scholarships, or get a job. Like, accumulating school fees will suffocate you upon graduation. You all know that the Morehousemen were blessed this year for their speaker to be able to, eliminate all of their student loan debt. A lot of us did not have that opportunity, that privilege. So if you are a student that needs student loans, please make sure that you're doing your due diligence all throughout college, because you don't have to stop applying for scholarships. Please continue to seek out those opportunities for you to be able to get money from different corporations, or maybe even you get a job where they have a scholarship fund. But don't stop looking for free money for your expensive education, okay? Also, with that being said, with your student loans that you're getting, be it if you get it federal through the government, or you have to go and take a private loan through a bank, take the time to understand what you are signing up for. Like I said, a lot of things back in the day were in print where you had to read it, but like, people are offering free tutorials and free information on YouTube to explain things that maybe they have read or they have gone through. So take some time and understand what you're doing, understand what your interest rates are, understand if your interest is starting as you're in school, or if it's going to kick in after you graduate. Understand, even if, I hate to say it, but even if you don't finish, understand that money still needs to be paid back, finished or not. But please take some time to understand before you even graduate what type of loan that you have, so maybe you can start knocking out some of the interest and the principal while you're still in school, so when you're out, that loan is not ginormous like mine is today. I don't know which tip this is, but I'm gonna throw it in there anyway. Network, 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 network. You never know who you're in the presence of or who you're sitting next to. Please take the time to be a pleasant individual, introduce yourself, and be a good person around them. Be a good person in general, but definitely, you don't know who you're interacting with. Network with your roommate, network with your peers and your friends and your classmates, network with your professors, roll up on maybe the provost or something like that, but make sure people know your name and that your type of work ethic. You don't know what opportunities come your way when you are just a pleasant person to be around, and your work ethic is wonderful. I know when I was in college, they were big on networking, and I've had the opportunity to get jobs and internships and tickets to different things just because I was a person that said hello and was willing to volunteer and willing to do things for free. But the jobs that I had in college were all by referral. Hey, Abby needs a job. Oh, tell her to come on over here. Abby would like to, come and volunteer for this particular event. Oh, no problem. Come on through. So please network. Find your niche. Find your way to network, and just keep in contact with those individuals, because you never, ever, ever know. And you might be that person, but take notice of the people that you're around and network, so that you have more opportunities even currently and in the future. Okay, so I asked on my Instagram for a couple people to drop some gems for all of my high school seniors about to be college freshmen. And I have one from Lindsay. Her tip number 1 is learn to take naps. I couldn't agree more. Number 2, never study in your room. Too many distractions. Find a special place in the library to make your study spot. I can't tell you how many times I failed trying to study in my room. So that is a wonderful suggestion. Learn to take naps. A little power nap can work wonders. And don't study in your room. And if you got a group of friends that you think that you're about to study with, but all you all are doing is clowning, don't study with them either. Just find your place where you're in the zone and you can study better. Do that for sure. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that this has been helpful. Please feel free to leave any questions or comments below for our seniors that are now about to be freshmen in college. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to anybody that you know who is transitioning into this phase of their life and beginning a new chapter. College graduates, I'm coming for you next.